Well, hello, my scrappy people. I hope you are doing well. If you are on, go ahead and say hello. We are here for our weekly challenge hour live. So I'm excited to spend the morning scrapbooking with you. Just making sure I got on here okay. Trying to find the video on my phone. There we go. I am going to watch the comments most of the time, so let me know if you have any questions as we go and all of that. But yes, we are already on week 14 of 2025, which blows my mind. Which, looking at the calendar, okay, that makes sense, but I'm also like, wait, how did we get to April? Don't hear me wrong, I'm glad we're in April. We're moseying out of winter, hopefully. But so yeah, we're on challenge 14 for 2025. I post these every week in my Ashley Scrappy VIP group. So make sure you go over there and request to join if you want to. I do give away prizes if you're drawn that week for doing your challenge. So yeah, make sure you hop on there and check it out. One thing I want to reiterate, National Scrapbook Day, my crop is coming out quick. I realized I go to Mexico in like 2 weeks, which is awesome. It's the trip I won through Creative Memories. Yay! Being an advisor rocks. So if you want to know more about that, let me know. And I realized I get home Tuesday and I turn on do this crop like Friday. So I'm like, oh, I probably should do more of that. So it's going to be May 2nd and 3rd. And that's going to be like a Friday night from 5 to 10 p.m. and then all day Saturday 9 to 6. Meals are on your own, so make sure you bring a lunch or something, but there will be snacks, and I'm hoping to do a make and take, maybe a paper buffet. I'm going to try that and we'll see how many people we get. I have a good 3 or 4 right now, so if we can get a few more, that'd be awesome. Otherwise, we'll have a great little intimate crop, and I'm excited about that too. You'll get some of the National Scrapbook Day goodies with your fee and all that. And then I also wanted to say I am doing an intro to scrapbooking class Saturday. I'm thinking about 10 a.m. Saturday, so if you would invite a friend to that that's new to me or new to scrapbooking, either one, like if I know them, it's fine, but if they've never scrapbooked with me before, awesome. You will get money off of your crop fee, so I will reimburse you. I'm trying to think how much of this, you'll get $20 off, so your whole fee will only be $15. So that's how important it is to me to meet new people, you guys. So invite your friends if they're, or if they're already croppers, I've just never met them, bring them to the crop as well. They can come to my whole weekend and that'll still help me out too. So if you want more details about that, let me know. And I would super love it if you helped refer friends to me. So otherwise, I'm really excited to crop with you guys. It's going to be so much fun. So I'm going to have this posted around. I think last week I had a post out about it along with my summer scrappy camp back by popular demand. Yay. So there's going to be more details about that as well. 10 weeks of challenges. There's 30 challenges total, lots of prizes, lots of fun. So it's virtual, so you can do it on your own time. All right, so we're going to dive into this week's challenge. And you guys, I am on the last 5 photos of Disney. Yay! So these are literally all I have left to do. And I saw this layout. It's actually recent from the blog, like March 31st this year. And I love this layout. It's like from the Mended collection. And I was reading the cute little journaling, and this little girl, it says she had her heart checkup, and I was like, I was a little girl. I have a congenital heart defect, and so I was always at the heart doctor and whatever. My mom never took pictures of it because she didn't believe in taking pictures of that, which is fine. It's a hard thing when you're the loved one. So I was just like, oh, this is so cute, but I'm going to use Disney pictures, and it's going to be a lot of fun to make this page and get my book done. Actually, books. I got the first one done. I have a pile of pages over there. Good morning, Patty. Good to see you. I just saw your comment. I have a whole pile of pages stacked up from Disney that I have not put in a book yet, and that's going to be 2 more books at least. I'm hoping it's only 2. And so I'll have everything scrapped. But I need to get organized. I need to get pages. I need to get them in books. So they're not done, but they're really close. Like I got this part done. I might, as I go through it, I like to see how it's going to flow. And then I might do like a title page to help break up something or whatever. So I use park maps a lot to break up pages. I'll use that as a title page. So maybe you saw my flip through my first book. There are some park maps in there. So that might happen again. So I might have a little more to do, but this is like the last of the photos, and I'm so excited. So you guys get to ride along with me on this journey, and you have, and it's fun. All right, so for your tools, you're gonna need your medium cutting circle, or you can use your circle cutter. That's fine too. I wouldn't know the measurements offhand. Actually, it probably tells me in there. But I'm just gonna use this for simplicity's sake, and you'll need your red and green blades. Now I say the medium circle, what they're talking about, I point this out every time because some people get confused about the jumbo circle. In your set of 3, the medium is this one. When I say large, it's this one, not your jumbo, okay? So when I say the large circle in your cutting system, it's this one, not the big one. So if they say jumbo, then they mean the ginormous one that takes up like your whole page. So you're gonna need the medium one and your 2 blades for this, just to do these cute little embellishment circles. So I'm gonna set that aside for now. We don't need that right away. I have some Foodie stickers here. I'm mixing and matching collections today. These are from a promo a few years ago, a couple years ago, last year. I don't even know. They're recent, but maybe not that recent because time's flying. With a bunch of food stuff, super fun, super cute. I'm going to use that because these are obviously Foodie pages. And then I am pulling up an old, I want to say it's a secret box collection from a while back. That's a little strip here because I'm planning on using both sides of this paper. It's called, oh gosh, it's from here. These are all my extras. Good Times. So here's some embellishments. It's called Good Times. I have some more Foodie embellishments that's going through all my stuff. Here's Food Trick Fun. That wasn't it. But it's called Good Times, and it had this really cute paper. There it is. This was like the designer accent paper, and then it had like a Fast to Fab paper pack. So I had both, and now I just mix them all in one pack because there's not much of it left. So I'm using that today to use that up, hopefully. Trying to use up some of my old stuff. And then I got some coordinating colors here to use. So it's kind of my process. A little look into that. So as I said, I am going to create this background using both sides of this paper. So I'm going to be cutting one piece apart. Now it says at the very step 1, use a piece of orange DOS paper as a base. And now we're talking about this lighter paper back here. I feel like you could use either one of these, but just for simplicity's sake, use, whatever you want in this little strip here. I want to use both sides of this paper, and I only had one, so I'm going to be cutting it apart and flipping one over. Thus, I needed a base. You can use a piece of cardstock if you want to do the same thing. I like to use the leftover like cover sheets from like paper packs. They used to be thicker. This one's a little lighter. It's a totally tonal purple ice. I used all that up, or I have like a sheet left somewhere. And I just kind of set these aside, and I'll use the back as a base or to cut something out of or to practice on, because these are also acid-free, non-toxic, all that. So they're photo safe. There we go. I'm going to be using that. So step 1, get your base, whatever that is. I just did a really long explanation of why I'm doing that. And step 2, cut a piece of the brown chevron paper. So we're talking about this big piece here. To measure 8.5 by 12. So I'm going to do that with my fabulous CM trimmer here. Love this trimmer. Oh my goodness. And when I do this, I need to decide which way I want my lines to go. I think I want them to go the long way. I think I want them to go the long way. So I am going to flip this over. Well, I'm going to cut it this way. That way I know my stripes are going the right way. And we need 8.5. So I'm going to pull up my little arm here. Go out to the 8.5, and it's by 12, so we only have to cut one way. The paper's already 12, obviously. And there we go. So I'm literally just going to do this and put them both on the page, and there's my background. So we're going to set our trimmer aside. All right, what did I do with my adhesive? I thought it was all set, and it was not. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stick this piece on. My background, my base. This is actually my background. The white paper is my base. I'm just building on it. It's like my foundation for my page. And then I'm going to take this little piece because this is going to make it look like it was the base paper. Because I love the colors in this, and I'm not going to lie. We take a lot of pictures of our food when we're on vacation. It could be Disney, it could be Maine, it could be wherever we were. And I get to the point where I'm like, oh my word, there's so much food. I'm scrapbooking, and I get so like overwhelmed by the end. So these pictures have been sitting in my stash forever, waiting to be scrapbook, because I'm like, it's more food. Oh my gosh, like, it's good food. It was really good food, but I was getting so fed up of doing food pages. So these have been sitting there for a while, and I'm like, all right, you know what? We're not gonna like focus on the background. We're gonna do something fun for a background, and it's gonna be great. So I just found like a secret box. Secret boxes are great, especially the older ones, for everyday moments. So I usually go look through those, see what I can work with, and I found this, and I'm like, yay, it's bright and cheery. We're going with it. So, all right, so we're in step 3 already. Cut a piece of Island Waters solid cardstock to measure 6 3/4 by 9 1/4. And I'm guessing that's this piece here. That's kind of behind the mats and the photos here. I am gonna pick a color. I had 3 picked out. It's so funny because I know what colors I want to use, and I'm like, how do I want to do this? I don't know. What color did I want to use? I might use navy, but I also want to think how I want to build up on this, because I'm not using mats just because I'm going to be cutting these to fit into squares. On here they use mats, and then they put their photos on top, which is great. That's a great shortcut with mats. I love mats for that reason. I don't have mats that coordinate with this or food, to be honest, so I'm just rolling with cardstock for this. And I could also go back to my other Good Times paper and see if anything could work for that. But for now, actually, you know what? This sheet might be kind of fun to use. So I'm gonna leave that close. I think I'm gonna go navy, although this piece has been used. Oh, fuchsia would look really cool. I might go fuchsia, actually. I kind of like fuchsia. All right. And we need, how big now? 6 3/4 by 9 1/4. Oh yeah, this is gonna be too small. Yeah, maybe not. 6 3/4. Maybe I will go navy. I'm so at a loss what to do here. Okay, so whenever I get confused about what colors to use, I go back to the photos. And I know how I'm gonna do my photos. I know I'm gonna, like, these are all gonna be cut down, but I'm gonna cut these down. This was my daughter's one. She got a hot dog. It's so funny. Because these can all be cut down really easily, and then this guy is going to kind of be on the edge here. I like to see what colors help my photos pop the most. And so I'll layer. I'm kind of like color challenged. I can't look at like a room and go, hey, these 2 colors will look great for this room. Same thing with Scrapbook page. Like, I love that they give us coordinating cardstocks, because I'm like, okay, great. Actually, I think I like the fuchsia as a base. I'm not going to lie. All right. I still have navy. Hold on a second. I could do that. I think fuchsia needs to be in there, though. I think these 2 are the magic duo. All right, so we're gonna cut the fuchsia. Glad we figured that out. Sometimes I have it figured out before I walk into a live, but most of the time I do not. So you guys get to watch a whole grueling process with me. All right, so we need 6 3/4 by 9 1/4. So we're gonna pull out our handy dandy arm again. 6 3/4, so almost a 7, but not quite. I'm gonna cut all the way down just for simplicity's sake. And by 9 1/4. This looks so small after I did it. Okay, I'm sure it's fine. Navy is safe, fuchsia. Yes, navy is safe. I'm always using navy, Patty. Navy and black are my go-tos, and white. But yeah, I get scared when I start getting colors involved. I'm like, okay, this is going to throw out the whole page. Yes, I tend to be safe. This one I felt like I get a little wild with, just because the colors on this paper look really cool. All right, and so this is going to be kind of our base for all of our little mats and photos over here. Photos for me. And then it doesn't say do it here yet, so I'm going to wait. It says cut mats in half, then group 4 of them together on the cardstock. And they're talking about these. So the mats I did look up what size the mats are. They are 4.5 by 6.5. So we know if we cut them in half, we need sizes that are, oh my gosh, math, you guys. 4.5. We need like 2 and 2.25 by, oh my gosh, 6.5, I believe. Right? No. We need 3.25 by, oh my gosh. Let me write this down, because I find when I need to do math, if I write it down, I can be more clear. Cut the photos to fit the openings in a mat. Okay, so we're cutting cardstock. And I did actually, maybe this will be helpful. Thanks for bearing with my literary mind. I did have the On the Mend mats. Sorry, I called this mended, didn't I? The On the Mend mats, and it told me what size these are. They are 4.5 by 6.5. Thanks, Angie. This is why Angie and I are friends, because she's like more the math mind, and I'm like, I'm all words. Okay, so I'm writing that down. 4.5 by, thank you. That's what I thought, but I questioned myself a lot. So for my photo mats, I'm gonna actually just mix and match some of these blues and yellows. I'm debating. I might leave some of my photos whole, or more whole. I'm not gonna cut like to the middle as small as they're saying, and then do 2 that are matted. I'm thinking that's what I'm gonna do. So you thought I walked in here with a plan, but I did not. All right. So yes, I'm gonna cut 1 mat out of this. I wish I had a scrap of this. I do not. I looked, but it's okay. This is how scraps are made, I suppose. All right, so 4.5 by 3. I have not had enough coffee today. It is awful. I need to go get more. I was up here working, and suddenly I looked, I'm like, it's 10 o'clock. I need to do my life, and I did not go get coffee. So we're good, though. It'll be my reward when I'm done for doing all this math. All right, so here we go. Again, it looks so small, but I know it's fine. So there's 1. I am going to use pieces of this as well to make my circles, so it's not all a waste. And then I think I will 4.5. That should be fine. I just like to work around what I've used on my navy. I use so much navy. Like, I'm always running out because I use it so much. By 3.25. Luckily, I don't have to think too hard which way this needs to go because it's all one color. Okay, perfect. Okay. All right, so I think I like that. And then my other photos, this is gonna be the one that's kind of sticking out. I'm gonna leave a few of these whole, like this hot dog one's kind of, there's a lot going on. Maybe I'll leave these 2 whole and then cut these down to fit in mats. I think that's what I'll do. So I need my photo trimmer. And these are gonna be the same size Angie told me, 4.5 by 3.25. So we're gonna go 4.5 big, or long, tall wise. There we go. This is literally how I got to school. I went to college and I did the bare minimum of math, which, you know, looking back, I'm like, maybe I should have done more math. And I took like all the lit and English classes I could, writing, you know, all of those. And now I'm like, oh, algebra, oh boy. So fun. It's not even algebra I'm just doing simple measurement. But all right, so 4.25. I'm trying to think, I might meet halfway here. This was like so delicious. I love mac and cheese, and so my husband would just laugh at me because everywhere we went, I'm like, I'm gonna try the mac and cheese here. He's just like, really? It's mac and cheese. And I'm like, yeah, but you know. All right, so these are the bigger ones. These I'm gonna cut down to the smaller sizes. So this is that second half of step 4. It says cut photos to fit in the openings of the mat to measure. Let's see, they must be different sizes. That's interesting. 1 on the black mat is 2 1/8. I don't know why they'd be different sizes. That's weird. And then 2 at that size. I'm gonna do both the same size. So I'm gonna do 2.5 by 3 3/4. So 3 3/4. And like I say every time, obviously I do it. I work with these instructions so they work for me. You can do the same thing. Don't feel like you have to stick to what these are telling you to do. You can arrange it how you want. 2.5. So small. They cut a little bit this way. And I don't mind cutting small. It's just, you know, portions of food. So food is, as long as you get a taste of it in the picture. I'm so full of puns today. I don't really mind trimming those down as much. Let's see, 2.5. That should be okay. And what was the other measurement? 3 3/4. So cut my ugly wrist out of there. Like giant blue veins. 3 3/4, right? Perfect. They look so teeny after you cut them, but that's okay because they're still gonna work. I'm gonna stick them in the middle of these, and then these guys I'm gonna kind of layer like this, so they're kind of their own mat. So I'm pretty much building on this mat before I adhere it down, which you could adhere it down first. On here, you would hear it later, but I don't think it really matters. So I'm just gonna go through quick and put all the pieces together. So we're just building this big old mat. I also cannot put things on straight, so scrapbooking is definitely a challenge for me sometimes. Yeah, I love it. It's fun. It's the memory keeping aspect for me that I enjoy. I love seeing things come together. I love seeing people's reactions to, you know, looking back on memories and looking through the books. And, you know, I love gifting scrapbooks because it's just so fun to, like, relive memories with people that you love. And, yeah. So that's why I love scrapbooking. When I'm all done with my book, I tell my family, don't look at my pages until the whole book's done. They're like, that could be forever. I'm like, oh, I'm on a roll. Don't question me. Wait a minute. That one's interesting. I might have miscut that one. That's okay. We will make it work. That's fine. I'm going to put stickers and stuff on it. So interesting how that worked out. I might have miscut. That's alright. Obviously, I care deeply. So, alright. I could just trim this one down more, but I can't really put back what I cut off on here. I don't know what happened there. That's weird. I must have looked at the wrong line or something. Oh well. I like the yellow mac and cheese on yellow. That's kind of makes it pop. Alright, and now I'm going to adhere this whole piece down. Whoops. Like so. Perfect. I'm not going to go too hard because I still have to slide this photo underneath. And I got to decide what I'm adding that on. So I might do yellow actually. It's going to kind of eyeball where I kind of want it. Okay. So this one, again, my photos are not the full 4x6. They are a weird, they're still 4, but they're a weird length. So I think I like yellow. I could do navy. Oh, navy might be nice. Ooh. This picture, let's see. Blue or yellow? You know what? I think I like yellow. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, like I call it the Ashley method, I'm probably gonna stick my photo right on here and then cut it up. So I'm definitely not a dainty scrapper. I tend to just slap things on and go, yeah, it looks close enough. So sorry if that bothers you. It's just my way of going. I'm like, I just want it done. It's gonna be great. I don't care. It's gonna be awesome. So Ashley method, I just put it on, cut it out. Especially when I've already cut it into a paper like this, I can use it a little better. Oops, I didn't push all the way on the bottom there. My bad. Make sure I push that time. There we go. Slice off a little bit. Okay. And this one we're going to kind of layer underneath, like shown. If you are going by this, this is step 6. Yeah, because we already did step 5, putting it all together. And here a photo that measures 4x6. Like I said, mine's not to a mat, so it's a 4.5 by 6.5 mat, and an angle and tuck under the cardstock on the lower right side. It's more in the middle right side, but it'll work. Okay. It's coming together. So excited. All right. I like how bright and cheery this page is ending up. It makes me happy. All right. Using the red hearts paper on the inside of the medium. Okay, so now we're cutting our circles. So we're going to get these guys out. Or this guy. And these guys. There we go. And I think for my circles, I want to do... I might go yellow outline. Well, I think I want the inside to be yellow. Maybe I'll do fuchsia as my outside. I think I'll do fuchsia. I liked how the fuchsia pops. And I have some scraps of it here, so I'm gonna pull those out. Set my trimmer away there. All right, so using the red hearts, that's the outline. Use the inside of the medium CCS circle with the red blade. All right, so the red blade, I number these. I'm going to just show you the difference. One, the red blade's closer, so your circle is going to be bigger on the inside, and it's going to be smaller on the outside compared to the other blades. And this one is further out. So I don't know if you guys can see that very well. I'm sure my video is like way behind that I'm watching, but so on the inside the circle is going to be smaller, on the outside the circle is going to be bigger with this one, and smaller on the outside, bigger on the inside. So that's how these blades work. There's also a third one that goes further out. So one, I number mine, one is closer in, on the way out. So we're going to start with our outside circle, and I'm going to do that in fuchsia. I'm going to do yellow on the inside because it'll be easier to see the embellishments I use, whatever embellishments I'm using. So I'm going to try to use this up as much as I can. But I gotta be careful because, you know, I don't want to get too close to the edge because this is going to be I might just have to stay right on it. So we're doing 5 of each. So here's one circle right there. Ooh, I might have gone too close with that one. Interesting. I'll have to move that up. It's okay. Maybe that's why you wait to adhere it down. I just went for it. I'm going to move this up just a smidge before it gets too permanent on there. Okay. That'll work. Okay, so there's one. I do love this system, especially the new ones. They spin. I know the old ones did not. The old ones were static. So that's definitely a wrist saver. And I don't tear my paper as often with these new ones because it moves with me, not against me. So pretty excited about the new ones. So if you don't have the new blades, definitely recommend those because they will do. Okay. 3. Trying to use up as much of the paper as I can. I'm sorry, save as much of the paper as I can. That'd be a better way of putting it. Oops. Stuck under there. There we go. I need one more. Oh yeah, they're pretty butted up. I was like, how did they fit these all on here? Okay. I'm like, did I do the wrong side again? What's happening? Patty, I have the, oh yes, the old ones. I'm sure they're still holding up nice. These have been wonderful too. I feel like stuff doesn't wear out as bad. With creative memory stuff, like the old stuff, I see the old stuff around all the time and people still love it. So it's how you know it's very reputable. Very good company. Things last. So, all right. There's all these little things hanging off of it. All right. So for the next one, I'm doing yellow for the middle. I'm going to use the green blade. That's our next step. Step 8, using the Island Waters. That's what they use in the middle of their paper there. Solid construct on the inside of the medium CCS blade with a green blade, cut 5 circles. So we're doing the same thing except in yellow now. So I might have a little more grace to go off the edge here. Let's see. Maybe I don't want to go off the edge too much. Safe than sorry. Better safe than sorry, I should say. Did I cut all the way on that? There we go. Okay. And I'm I'm thinking I might put my embellishments on before I stick my circles down, just because I can trim off excess easier. So, to be continued on that. You got yours in $19.99. That's impressive, Patty. I'm glad they're still holding up for you. Just know if you ever do need to replace them, these are awesome too. So, love them. And I've had mine quite a while as well. So, I did, yeah, as you guys know, I did have to replace my border maker. I had that for quite a while, and I borderline abuse that thing because I use it all the time. It's one of my favorite tools. So it was time. Oh my goodness, I used the heck out of that thing. So I got my money's worth. It'd been, man, I think I've had it for 10 plus years. I think I had it before, I don't know. I've had it for a very long time now. It's one of the first tools I got. So, all right, so we got our circles made. The next part says to adhere the circles on, but I think what I'm going to do, I want to do my embellishments on my circles first. I might leave one open for journaling, just because I'm going to have a hard time journaling on a straight paper, because that's where they journal. So I might leave like an odd one, not centered or on the side, but maybe like here to journal on, or maybe here, I don't know. But the rest I'm going to put embellishments on now, because I think it'll be easier to trim those off before I adhere the circles down. I'm not sure how they did it. Let's see. And here are the border embellishments on top. Oh, okay, so they do have that as a step before. I read this earlier and I thought it was after. So yes, first you're going to put your embellishments on. All right, perfect. So we're right on target. All right, so I have some titles here. I think I'm going to stick to more icons in my circles, and maybe put a little one where I'm going to journal. Now, obviously, I don't have mac and cheese embellishments. I might have a hot dog somewhere for Disney. It's not going to be the same color scheme now. So I also have these borders I can play with. And I think for my top border, I'm just going to use the silverware. There's no coffee really involved here. However, there probably was. I just didn't take a picture of it. Let's just be honest. I probably had coffee somewhere on that table. Or at least some kind of caffeinated beverage. So I'm just going to have fun with it. It doesn't need to match. It's a food page, right? So there's this funny drool-worthy sentiment down here. So I might just, stick some cupcakes on. I don't know if I'll even need to trim a whole lot. I just want to make it cute, and I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll stick a macaron in there. Trim that off a little bit. I do want to make it look like things are going off the circle slightly. Just because it'll give it that look I want to go for. I'm going to journal that one, I think. This has pasta involved. I mean, you can do that. So this is the part where you just get to have fun. I'm going to put a fork in there because it's so funny. And then, I'm using up stickers. It's great. I'm going to put a little drink in there. Barely cut it off. You know what? We're gonna do coffee. We're gonna do nice coffee because it works, right? And a heart. Because who doesn't love coffee? Well, I know there are people that don't love coffee, but I can't imagine a world like that in my world. All right, and then we have, let's see, the pie's kind of fun. I think taco's cute. I'll do a couple tacos just to keep the dynamic of like the duos we have going on here. Another heart, I think. That would be kind of fun. All right. I think that's cute. And then I think I'm going to journal on this one. I'll probably put like a little macaron or something just to give it a little flair. Cut that off a little bit. And maybe like a little heart up in this corner. Perfect. So then I'm going to take my micro tip scissors. And I am literally going to turn over my circles and cut off the excess. And it might get a little annoying because they're going to stick to your scissors, but it's okay. I just kind of keep going and then they'll fall off. And at the end, I'll peel off what's left. Oh, if you turn it over, it's like much easier to see what you need to trim. So I do love these micro tip scissors because they're really good at getting really close to the edge. And then whenever I'm gutting paper, I use these a lot to complete the frame. I did that in other videos I've done recently, actually. Your big scissors could work too, but they're a little more frustrating to get in little places. And I have a harder time seeing the edge with those. Like, it doesn't matter if it's something I'm just cutting out, but if it's something like this that's super close to the edge that I really want to make sure I get, these are really great. Oh, it's like a half heart now. That's funny. Maybe I'll add a heart in the middle there since I messed that one up. I didn't even think about that. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to be cutting that heart off. Duh. We'll do that. That way we know it was a heart. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm going to put my little tacos over here. Oh, there's a lot of hearts happening here. I still got to turn this one on and then we'll mess with the order of it. I like to mix things up, so. Perfect. All right. Looks like we're clear on my scissors. I'm going to put them away. And then I'm going to clean up my mat here a little bit, just so things aren't sticking to me later when I go pick my kid up from school. Be like, oh yeah, I'm a scrapbooker, can you tell? Has anyone ever gone out in public with like a sticker sticking to their elbow or something? Because I sure have. Or like that missing letter that you're cutting out on Cricut and you're like, where's my R? And you're like looking everywhere. And then like, I don't know, 3 hours later, you're just off doing something. You're like, oh my gosh, it's on my elbow. It's been there the whole time. So funny. I think we can all relate with that. All right, I'm gonna put these away. Okay, so now I'm gonna decide. I know I want to journal on this one. I think I can live with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and adhere these in. You can use repositional for this, or just, you know, if you're comfortable, use your regular. I do tend to get these little excess little pieces. I peel them off. I probably should cut them off. Again, the micro tip scissors would be good for that. So I do recommend cutting those off. And I'm gonna micro tip scissor this because that is enough to drive me bonkers. I kind of flatten my circle the other way. And that's just with, you know, when you're making your circles, sometimes it moves a little bit and creates those. It's not a big deal. This one has a little one too right here. Try not to go too crazy cutting. One time, I usually try to pull them off, and then one time I pulled and it like kept going and I ripped it. I was like, yeah! And so I had to recut the little circles. I should have learned my lesson on that one, but I still do it sometimes. Got all these little shavings all over. It doesn't matter if they're crooked putting on your circle. You can adjust your circles before you put them on your page, so it'll be okay. You don't have to worry about being straight right now until you do the actual whole piece. You want to be kind of straight as in centering it on the base there, but perfect. All right. Again, we're going to sheathe our micro tip scissors so I don't hurt myself, because I would. And these you want to make sure they're going to be really tight on your page, so make sure you butt them right up against the edge and with each other. Now, on the example, they go down. Actually, maybe I should start on this end just so I can work in comparison to that map there. Oops. And this is where straightness might count. I don't really want mine butted up against the bottom. I kind of want to leave a little room there. So I'm going to kind of leave a little space. Unless you don't have the space, you know, do what you want with that. It's just whatever pleases your eye. I'm gonna leave some room between the two. Turn this over. Perfect. We're coming together. Look at this. So fun. And I actually embellished with you guys on camera. Isn't that crazy? I usually get off because I feel like it's too much pressure. Maybe it's not. Maybe I should start doing it more. I'm like, I can't decide. I'm so indecisive. I'm like one of the most indecisive people I know. Like, and if you ask my friends, they'd all be like, yeah, for sure. So there are some things I'm like, no, I know what I want. But when it comes to stuff like this and it's like a creative process, I'm like, I don't know. It looks nice. It's fine. All right. I love it. All right. So now we're going to put a border up here because we are on step. Where are we? Painting the cardstock juggles. We're on step 11. We're almost done. Cut the 4 hearts from the heart border and adhere along the top layout using foam squares. You can use foam squares if you want more dimension. My book's already going to be, it's like a foot thick. So I am just, that's what I have left, you guys. Like, it's not even funny. I would show you, but it's like over there and I don't want to move it. So I think, oh, the coffee cups are so cute, but I feel like they don't work here. Same with the strawberry. So I'm going to go with the silverware. I could use a dine border punch as well. There's also the thirst quencher. That's really good for stuff. I actually don't have that one. I sold mine off and now I'm like, maybe I need that one because we're always like eating food. So I don't have that one, but that would probably be cute here. I think I'm just going to go with this little border because I don't want to put anything too massive here. But yes, the dine border punch would work very well for this page. And again, I don't need this whole thing. So I might just cut up to a certain point. I tend to like eyeball things and then cut. So, put my micro tips away. I'm going to cut into the fork a little bit just to make sure I have enough. And then I'm gonna adhere this on here. Just a simple little border. I'm gonna kind of go over my photo a smidge because I want to add a little more dimension to it without the, you know, the foam squares. So, and again, we're just gonna trim off excess. Bada boom. Yeah, see, I used a regular, so I didn't get quite as close as I would have wanted, like micro tips do. It's close enough. I'm not going to worry about it too hard, but micro tips are excellent for getting very close to the edge, so I highly recommend them. All right, so I think I'm pretty much done here. I need to add a title of some sort. What time is it? I just want to keep you guys on. Oh, it's 10:41. I have some time. I'm probably going to add a title in the middle here. There's so many funny ones. Calorie free. Haha, yeah, right. But so funny. Too pretty to eat. I mean, it's not that pretty, but that was really good. Food is my love language. Truth. Brew me a cup of happy. Good mood food. That might be a winner here. Love at first bite. We also have drool worthy over here, which that might be the winner as well. I think I like that one. I think I'm gonna kind of work with that and then add, you know, some little things around it. Maybe a spoon. I use my fork down here, so I'll just add that. My husband eats everything with a spoon, so it's not that weird. Oh my gosh, it's so weird. Like, well, except me, I guess. Like, he'll out for a spoon and everything. Like, we'll eat mac and cheese. I feel like I have to have a fork. He's like, I need a spoon. Spaghetti. He eats it. I'm like, how do you do this? It's really odd. I don't know. Ever since I've like known him, he's been like that. So if you eat with a spoon, if you eat everything with a spoon, tell me, because I have not met another person like that. So we go through so many spoons, you guys. It's so funny. I don't know if you knew that. I was talking about it. Yeah, he doesn't care. He knows you guys are good. All right, I like that. That's cute. I might use a good mood food somewhere too, because that felt appropriate. There's also I ate this, and you can do an arrow. I feel like that'd be more impressive for things like I ate this giant burger, or there's this ice cream sundae on Disney property at Beaches and Cream that's called the kitchen sink, and it's like massive. And I'm like, one day we're gonna go there and we're gonna get that, and I'm gonna use that sticker. Do you guys ever plan stickers for things? Because I sure do. Let's see. I don't know if I need too much more on here, just because there's a lot going on. I just need to journal, I think. I'm just kind of looking through this little nom nom is really funny. I'm gonna use that somewhere just to create a little more fun. I kind of like it down here, I think that's funny. All right, but I think all I have left to do is journal now, because this is kind of my title. I could add a little more somewhere. I don't want too many words. I get overwhelmed when there's too many like titles on a page, so I'm gonna leave it at this, I believe. Maybe add a couple more little food things if I look through my stash and see what I have. But I think I'm good. I love how this looks. It turned out fun, and it was a great last page to do for my Disney album. So thank you for watching, you guys. I'll make sure to post the finished product later on my page here. I also have the replay up on YouTube and in my blog. I did get my blog going again, where you can download instructions like these. I do printable ones just like this. I just take it right off the CM site and put it in a nice printable sheet for you. That way you're not scrolling through all this stuff. Yeah, so I encourage you to follow my YouTube, like and subscribe. I would love that because I'm trying to build that audience up and all that. So thanks, Patty. I hope you have a good layout as well. I don't remember if you did yours yet. I know a couple people have. I'm excited to see it. So make sure you guys post your layouts in my Ashley Scrappy VIP group. Make sure to request to join if you're not on there because you could get drawn for a prize. So every week I draw a prize. And that's usually, you have until Thursday at 11:59 p.m. And I draw Friday morning, and then like Friday at 10 a.m. a new challenge comes out. So it's just a revolving, keeps you guys motivated. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Holler if you have any questions too. Have a great one.